is a major part of any athletic endeavor, right? Is where as you're moving around, you have to know how to shift your weight, right? So just like when you shoot a puck, we teach them shift your weight. Just like when you skate, you have to shift your weight over to the other leg, right? There's a ton of different ways of why shifting your weight is important as an athlete, right?
Is that in essence we're playing a five against one right now around the net. So we've got 5 players basically protecting against 4 other ones on the outside that aren't dangerous, right? The goalie should be able to make those saves. So in essence, really, it's 5 against
that, right? His body, he's identified him, but he's protecting. He's inside that lane. He's not getting on that area to just be able to go easily to the net. So it's a major part on it. So as you put your stick out, remember, it's all about.
What you want to do is you want to get your stick more like somewhere in this frame out here, right? So try basically extending your hands a little bit more and shooting from that angle, as opposed to keeping them so tight to your body and then firing it.
There's 3 things that go on in here. Number 1, in any skill that you learn, the first step is feeling balanced, right? So as you can see, he's got all his weight shifted to his right leg. He's nice and solid and balanced. The second step in any skill.
So what's make it as far as possible mean? For your, like as a team intention, right? What is it like? I'd love us to do this. I really believe I want this to happen. Because there's got to be something, brother. I don't mean to put you on the spot like that, but it's like, it's DA-wise.
It's not about the hockey. It's not about the hockey. It's about the life component, the life skills that we're learning inside of the game, the sustainable habits that you can learn from the environment that the game provides. That's what it needs to become about in the industry. We have off ice, we have on ice practices, we have all these things that we supply. But in the end, after all those years of education, what are we walking away with? I've had people reaching out to me and, it's having those conversations with parents. Well, he needs to be better in hockey. He needs to be better in hockey. I can tell you one thing. The whole negativity factor of zoning in on, the other stuff that you can't control, that you can't, that ultimately we don't know. That's the reality. We don't know what's going to end up happening, what kind of career you're going to have, what school you're going to commit to, if you're going to play in the NHL. Nobody knows those answers. Let's make it simple. Nobody knows those answers. But what we do know is we're in the perfect environment to learn more about ourselves, right? To learn more about what it is that we really want. Here we are in such a passion-filled, intense environment where we're missing a boat. We're missing a boat on a bigger picture that is so much more important. We know better. So why aren't we doing better? That old school philosophy of do as I say, not as I do is gone. It's about leadership. It's about becoming better and understanding your players better. Understanding your parents better. Understanding that it is a team concept. Understanding that you have to show care for others. That it's not just about hockey and that's it. And you're done. Yes, coach is coach. Coach is going to teach this one method, right? And help the players understand and keep the team together. But if coach were to go and turn around and help parents understand, this is why I do what I do, and this is the purpose, and this is what I'm trying to achieve, wouldn't it then shut those parents that are the crazy ones right up? Because then the ones that are educated know they're going to turn around, just like we tell the kids on the ice to tell your buddy that keeps mouthing off behind you in line, hey buddy, zip it. Sometimes you just have a coach who doesn't like you. No matter how you spin it, they just don't like you. It could be a coach, it could be a teacher, and it could be a friend of a friend or whatever it is, one of your peers. It just happens that way, right? But it's funny when you think about life, how we zone in too much on those people. We give them too much energy, too much focus. Why? Why don't you like me? is the big mystery of life. Sometimes it's as simple as this. They just don't like you. Let's call the loyalty of the bro code of what it is in this industry specifically, okay? Because I've lived many scenarios of the quote unquote bro code, right? At the end of the day, it comes down to this. As long as you're happy, that's what matters most. You're happy, you put off good energy, other people are happy. In order to be happy, you have to make the choice for yourself of what makes sense for you. There's the two sides to the coin. If you talk to the parents of the dedicated players, they all have the same thing across. They all say the same thing. I invested in my child. I made sure my child got out there and did all the clinics. I got extra lessons. I made sure it was right with the right coaches. I did my research. I did my homework. They didn't just put their child into any scenario. They worked hard at doing the research and figuring it out. Then there's the other side of the parent, the one that loves to complain and say and put the blame on somebody else, that it's coach's fault or it's the organization's fault or it's somebody else that didn't control anything other than try to screw their kid. Because what I learned from the game is simple. We do things according to high percentage plays. So in essence, when thinking of the formula of simplicity plus consistency to create results, the simplicity of it. What's the high percentage play? What's the fundamental truth of why we fail in certain aspects? And you think about it. The biggest thing that I found, from my journey is, why have I failed so many times? It's because I sucked at communication. I didn't say what I needed to say at that time.